I'm Hannah King from Central High School.
And I'm Nick DeHoyos from Lakeview High School. Welcome to SAISD News.
It's hard to believe, but we've already had 100 days of school this year.
That's right. February 1st was the 100th day of school, and many elementary schools in San Angelo celebrated the day with special projects. SAISD News visited Crockett Elementary, where kindergarten students were working on several fun learning activities involving the number 100.
In kindergarten, we enjoy celebrating the 100th day of school, and we do it in many different ways. The anticipation, we put a straw in and count the ones and tens and 100s every day. And so the kids were very excited when we finally got to 100. Last week, they received a homework assignment to bring a 100-piece collection. And these are our collections that we have made, and we hope to include parents in on our celebration, so we included that homework assignment.
We bought candy, and then we got the glue, and then we glue it on there. I went to Lowe's and I got these colors, and the colors were really like paint wall stuff, and that's really just all. Well, I went to Loma and I found these soldiers, and then my mom bought them, and then we started to make them like last night.
And then we talk about different ways to count to 100. And the very first thing we did is we used a 100 number chart and put pieces of cereal on this 100 chart, and then loop that cereal together to make a necklace so they could be aware of what 100 actually is.
We made it with Fruit Loops, and we kind of just counted from 1 into 100s, and then we put them on the string, and then we tied it around our necks.
And then we had mini centers. We listened to a book about 100, and we're writing and drawing pictures about it. We are making a poster of the letters that spell 100, and we're putting 10 stickers on every letter. We are doing 100-piece puzzles. We are making a 100-piece snack, and we are coloring 100 different objects on the number 100. The kids have really enjoyed it, and it's usually one of our favorite days of the year.
Students at Alta Loma Elementary have been learning about ecosystems and used hands-on activities to reinforce what they have learned.
After learning about how all the different parts of an ecosystem work together and are interrelated, students in Mrs. Hall's class had a chance to build their own ecosystems, as well as make a model of an ecosystem to see how the parts depend on each other.
So we did an activity today to actually make a model of it, to see how it worked and whether or not we could use all of the parts together and what happens when all the parts don't work together. We saw that we had some failure there. We have narrowed it down to food, water, shelter, and space, things that the organisms need in the environment, and we've realized that they also have to be arranged in a particular way. We're also building some ecosystems. The kids have gone out, they've gotten some things that are living, some things that are non-living. They're creating a very small ecosystem, and they're making a model to see if they can get some living organisms to survive in a smaller habitat. We'll be monitoring those and see what happens.
Glenmore Elementary recently had their 4th annual Science Game Day.
Parents were invited to the school to participate in student-led science investigations and play educational games. The idea behind this yearly event is to get parents involved in the scientific process with their children and to get conversations going at home about science. SAISD News visited several classrooms to see the science experiments in action.
Here, 3rd graders use bags filled with air, water, and ice to observe and describe the states of matter as solids, liquids, and gases. Students observe that solids have a definite shape, while liquids and gases take the shape of their container.
In another classroom, students experimented with a carrot and glasses of water to find out if it is easier to float in fresh water or salt water. Then, using thumbtacks to weigh down the carrot, students use their findings to determine if a scuba diver needs to add more weight while diving in a lake or in the ocean.
Pre-K students learned how light is needed to create a shadow, and that shadow can be large or small depending on how close they were to the light. They also prepared for Groundhog's Day by creating groundhog masks and using a projector to see if they could see their shadows.
SAISD News also recently visited a 3rd grade class at Lamar Elementary as they reviewed vocabulary words and reading strategies.
Students in Ms. Williams' class rotated through various stations designed to review and reinforce the reading and grammar concepts they've learned this year. Reading station activities included a vocabulary foldable, a computer station, a group reading passage, and more.
Today the students are doing different reading stations and grammar. And so at this station, at Station 1, they're going through their vocabulary words and they are writing their words in a sentence, using them in a sentence, and also illustrating what the word means to them. At the computer station, they are on the website spellingcity.com. They are doing a spelling game and a vocabulary word game, going through the meanings of whatever their current vocabulary words are. Once they finish those, then they get to play a game with their vocabulary words to make sure that they understand them. And then at the summarizing listening station, they listen to their main passage for the week, and they are summarizing it at the end of it as a group, making sure to include the characters, beginning, middle, and end, and retelling the story for me. And then at this station, they're doing a reading passage, going over a reading passage, making sure to use their strategies and analyze the passage, break it down, and verify their answers as a group. They get to choose from different ones, and then as a group, they get together and decide whether they chose the right answer or not.
Well, Hannah, that concludes this episode of SAISD News.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.